Hey, this is Paul, also known as Sir Prolicius, from the band Gloryhammer, and today I've been hitting the FRAMUS factory to pick up my brand new, custom-made, just for me, incredible finish WH1 signature guitars from FRAMUS, made just for me with these insane finishes, and we're going to do some demos for you today. Check it out. These guitars, they're based off of the WH1, the Wolf Hoffman from Accept signature guitars, except I've made a few of my own modifications just to make them how I like my guitars to be instead of how Wolf likes his guitars to be. He's got his own taste and I got mine. Okay, so let's talk about the coolest thing on these guitars, which is of course the finish. This one, as you can see, is based off of a nuclear waste barrel. And the idea came from my current character in Return to the Kingdom of Fife. It's a nuclear wasteland. The Knights of Krail are like a distant memory, and they've become a Brotherhood of Krail, which is like this quasi-religious group that have some sort of bond based around robots and radioactive waste and stuff. For my current character, I thought this was the first thing that came into my head when I was even thinking about making a custom guitar, was to have something that fitted with that image. This is what I went for, and my god, have FRAMUS done an incredible job. Okay, so let's talk about the finish on this one. I've heard this guitar called a few different things. It's been called like the Lord of the Rings guitar, the armored guitar, the metal guitar. We still need to come up with a proper name for it, but just look at it. It looks absolutely incredible. This is the one where we really let our imagination go wild. The team at FRAMUS have been incredible at kind of taking my insane ideas and actually making them somehow happen through genius and engineering and all kinds of stuff. It's just incredible. The original idea was based off of some armor I saw in the Hobbit film, some elf armor. And as you can see, it's very much in that vein. I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert on all the ins and outs of how this was made. From what I understand, they had to actually 3D print some of these parts, which is something they've never done before. It took a bit of trial and experimentation before they could make it work and make the final version, but I'm sure you can agree that it just looks absolutely insane and perfect for Gloryhammer, because what better instrument for me than one that literally looks like an armored thing that's ready to go to battle and win victorious warfares and all kinds of other Gloryhammer related stuff. It's just amazing. So for specs on these guitars, I've gone with DiMarzio's, of course. The very good people at DiMarzio have been good to me over the years, so this is definitely what I've gone for on this guitar. We've gone with Super 3 in the bridge. I used to use on my main guitar for a long time Super Distortion, but I was looking for something just a little more modern, a little more tighter and focused, and people at DiMarzio, they recommended me the Super 3, which I've been using for a few years now, and it just sounds incredible. That's definitely what went straight in the bridge position. For the neck pickup, this is kind of new to me. This is the Air Norton S. I've used an Air Norton in a few of my guitars in the past in the neck position, but this one is single coil sized. So it's a humbucking pickup. It's got both rails. It kind of gives the look of a one pickup guitar, because that's what I like. Gives me the look, but I still have the pickup there for that neck pickup sound that I use sometimes for some of the arpeggios, sweep picking, this kind of thing. This pickup right here was the biggest surprise to me today. I hadn't, genuinely, I had not seen these guitars until today. I had no idea that they would go to this level of detail where they've matched the finish of the pickup perfectly with the finish to the guitar body, so it all looks like one uniform, incredible war machine. What you'd even describe this as. It's just incredible to look at. And then for the bridge, I've gone with the Evertune Bridge. This is actually brand new to me. This is the first time I've ever played an Evertune Bridge in my life today, but I knew how it works and I knew it was going to be perfect for me. Very much like the locking tuners, I like to keep things as stress-free as possible when we're playing live. The way the Evertune works keeps you in tune all of the time, even if you have somehow some kind of string slippage. You know, maybe they weren't fully stretched out when the strings were changed, so when you're playing your riffs live, you're not going to sound out of tune and bad, even if that happens, because the Evertune will compensate for it. And we've talked with quite a few bands, like support bands, and we've supported bands as well, where their guitarists are using Evertune, and they always say how great they are and how much worry they've taken out of their live show. And it looks cool as well. It's a really good looking bridge for something so complicated and complex. they've managed to make it just look really nice and neat, and you know, not like a newfangled piece of equipment that looks alien on a guitar. It just looks like something that's traditionally been on a guitar for the last 60 years, you know. So incredible, perfect for me. Okay, so let's talk about the woods in these guitars. They both actually have the same woods underneath these incredible finishes, which is kind of a shame in some ways because you'll never see how wonderful the wood actually is. But I've gone traditional with these. It's maple neck through neck, and then we've got a mahogany body or mahogany wings that kind of connect either side of that neck to kind of balance out the brightness of the maple with a bit more of like a fullness from the mahogany to make just a really nice, well-balanced instrument that sounds massive live. One thing about the woods you can see actually is on the back of the guitars. Although it's maple, it's not just any old maple. It's got this incredible flame all the way up the neck. And that's kind of, for me, you don't get to see that when I'm playing that live. You see the front of the guitar, which looks awesome. But while you get to see the front, I get to watch the beautiful wood on the back of the guitar, so we both get to enjoy it at the same time. Another difference to the standard WH1 on these guitars is Wolf likes to have 24 frets, but I've actually gone with 22, just because I prefer the access. Just the size of the highest fret is just nicer. You get the higher note, but it's just kind of tiny and it's hard to make it sound good. So I always prefer to just bend to get that note instead. See, a lot of our solos and things have like a little tap note up there or something. But what is the same as the WH1 is the scale length. So next, let's talk about the inlays here. We've still got the nuclear symbol, very important for this guitar. But not only that, you can't see under these studio lights, but this symbol actually glows in the dark, which I thought was the perfect thing to match the radioactive theme, to have it actually glow in the dark. It's going to look incredible on a dark stage. And we've also gone for an offset look to the fret markers as it goes up. So we've gone for like offset on the low strings here, and then up here I'm mostly looking at the high strings anyway. So we thought, why not flip it around and have the offset on the opposite side? It just looks cool and different, and that's exactly what I wanted. One other way this guitar is different to the radioactive guitar is instead of glow in the dark inlays like we had on the radioactive one, this one instead has these incredible LED side markers. So although it doesn't glow in the dark, I'm still not going to get lost on a dark stage, because these are even brighter than the glow in the dark ones. I've wanted these for so long. I first saw these at a Powerwolf show many years ago when we supported them, and ever since I'm like, that's the most genius idea I've ever seen. And we went with Roman numerals going up the frets, because Gloryhammer's always had like some kind of relationship with Roman numerals, our own kind of not very grammatically great version of Latin in a lot of our songs, and this kind of quasi-religious idea that we have running through a lot of the stories. This just fits in perfectly, and the level of detail on these is incredible. And not only that, if I forget which fret number I need to play, I only have to literally look at the fretboard and the number is there. So isn't that just perfect? So for the fretboard, I've gone for ebony. It looks the coolest because it's like the darkest wood, and I play in a metal band and it just fits, you know. But not only that, it gives kind of a brighter tone. I always say to people, whether it's true or not, who knows, the fretboard wood is the main wood that makes the difference to the tone of the guitar. I wanted something bright and kind of punchy, and it has the darkness for metal. So that's what I've gone for, and looks awesome. Not only does the body look insane on this guitar and the other one, the level of detail just on the headstock is just incredible. It all matches. It's still got this same kind of elf-like, maybe even Celtic look to it, where it's kind of knotted patterns and ancient-looking, battle-worn armor, you might say, and all matches up perfectly, headstock all the way down to the end of the guitar. When we're playing live, I like to keep things as simple and as worry-free as possible, so we've just gone with locking tuners. They're super easy to set up, so they keep my guitar tech happy. For the frets, this is the thing that FRAMUS do better than anyone else, is getting the frets perfect. No buzz, no weird noises, nothing unexpected. Feels like butter to play. And then the real workmanship is just on the ends there. It's completely rounded off. No sharp edges, no bad feeling when you're going up and down the fretboards. Don't even know those frets are there. It's absolutely incredible. So let's start with the armor guitar and check out how it sounds. So I hope you guys enjoyed some of those demos of some Gloryhammer riffs. We were mostly using the bridge pickup because that's the riff pickup, right? So if you're still hungry for more FRAMUS content, check out the FRAMUS and Warwick YouTube channel. Thank you for checking out this demo of these awesome guitars. See you on the stage for more epic battles. Hoots!